Hello, my dear folks. Welcome to the show. Finally, we come down a little bit to talk about our local stuff rather than having to swim in the ocean of questions regarding the terrorist attack, which is so devastating that we will sometime later on come back to review with some directly related people to the event. Right? Now with me is my trustworthy friend for a long time, Mr. Chen Gang, candidate for Irvine for the position of mayor.
Yes.
Right. So, Mr. Chen Gang, welcome to the show.
I'm glad to be here. Good to see you again, Jack. And good morning, everybody. I'm very happy to be here.
And good to see you too, because according to the poll and according to the news being spread on WeChat and Twitters and the Facebook, those stuff, and I see that you look much better than a few months ago when you appeared on the show, right?
Yes, yes, we do have a lot of supporters. We have two big WeChat groups. One is almost 500 people. The other is over 220 people.
I see.
So we have over 700 people that's devoted to helping us as a volunteer or some other form.
I see. All right. Okay. So, what is the overall situation of your campaign? It's looking good to me, but what in detail you have to share, you want to share with my audience, please.
Yes, the campaign looks very good so far. In Irvine, the current mayor, Mayor Choi, he has done a good job for Irvine, but he is seeking a higher position. He's running for state assembly.
I see. I see.
So now there's a vacate for the office.
There's a vacancy.
Vacancy for this.
I see.
Yes.
And how many are running for the same seat, though?
Mayor Choi said if he does not get elected in June, he will come back and run for re-election.
Oh, okay. He will come back to resume the seat. In other words, he's rerunning.
Yeah, but I talked to some of the other candidates. They said, no, it's kind of tough to run two campaigns at the same time.
I see.
Because I think he has a good chance to be elected as the state senator.
Let's wish him he does get elected, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And any other competitions? Any opponents?
Yes, I think several months ago, Jeff Galloway, which was a current city council, he was thinking about it, and then finally he decided not to run, which is good for us.
I see.
And on the Democrat side, I think they probably will bring in more candidates.
Yeah. How many on the other side?
I think last year, Marian Guido ran for mayor. I think he probably will run again.
I see.
And currently, in the November 8, 2016 election, we are going to have two city council up for re-election, which is the seat held by Christina Shea, and the other seat is held by City Council Chrome.
But in your city, the mayorship is a separate election, right?
Yes, it's directly elected by the public.
Okay.
There are two positions. One is the mayor pro tem. Mayor pro tem is elected by the current city council. Say they vote among themselves.
They rotate.
Yeah, but mayor pro tem cannot be automatically mayor. Mayor has to be elected by the voters directly.
I see.
And mayor is a 2-year term. Maximum is 2 terms.
I see.
Yeah.
In other words, the mayorship in your city, your beloved city, is even a more serious position.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And by that, I really want to say how heavy a burden you feel if you do take that seat, you do grab that office. So somebody takes it as a glory, as a glamour, right? As a position to look good, quote unquote, look good, right? So what's in your mind about that position, please?
The mayor position in Irvine, actually, it's almost like a volunteer position. The pay is not very high. It's about 10,000 for the mayor, and then another 10,000 as the director for the Great Park.
I see.
And then plus all the benefits and so on, add up to about 46,000 a year. But you do need to spend a lot of time to do the mayor job. You have to attend the city council meeting, which is held twice each month, and beyond that, it looks like a part-time job, but you have to spend a lot of time to research the issue. Make sure when you vote, you actually represent the Irvine people.
I see.
It's more like a service to the community.
I see.
Mayor, it takes a lot of time and effort, does not get a lot of paid, but it's something that has to be done by qualified people because it has a severe
Qualified
impact.
people.
Yeah,
Yes,
it has a lot of impact for everybody in the city of Irvine, which have about 250,000 people now.
I see, 250,000. That's a 250,000.
Yes.
That's a 250,000,
Yes.
right? That's a big population already.
Yes.
Considering the sizes of Southern California.
That's right.
Right. Okay. Now, well, my dear audiences, I really have for the past 2 days, in my mind, a little something that bothers me a lot. The word is representation. So, what is exactly the system, American political system of representation? We know that we are represented not only by the state assembly, by state senate house, we are also represented by, at the federal level, we're represented by the House of Representatives and the House of Senate at the Congress, and locally we're represented by our own city, right? Namely, it's 5 or 7 council members.
Yeah.
They together as a body represent you, meaning us.
Yes.
Nicknamed We the People, who are taxpayers who hire you to represent them. Am I right?
Yes.
Yet I am bothered with the fact that somebody acts like they're doing you a favor. So, your take, please. Once you took office, okay?
I think it's wrong for anybody to think that the mayor is doing the public a favor. It's the other way around. The mayor is actually a public servant. You are giving back to the community by choosing to run for the mayor and represent the people. I know it's a very difficult job to represent a city, a great city like Irvine, because people always have conflicts. So it's not most important what you think, it's what the people you represent think. It's a very difficult balancing act. You need to listen to everybody, and then you have to finally balance different requests, different interests.
Exactly. The way I can tell about Irvine is that Irvine has a relatively stronger political taste. If you take other cities, such as Alhambra, such as Monterey Park, such as San Gabriel, those cities do not seem to have very high or relatively higher political take or partisanship take. Back in your town, though, in Irvine, I'm not saying giving comment to any party. I'm saying just the whole politics of America is represented by 2 parties. What's wrong? There's nothing wrong. But in your city, for a mayor to represent both parties, people from both parties, or a concept from both parties, is even harder job, right?
Yes. But for me, I'm a very practical person. I care more about getting a job done. I don't care if an idea is a Democrat idea or Republican idea. If it's a good idea, I will take it.
Whoever's idea, if it's good, is my idea.
Yeah, that's right.
You take it and promote it.
Yes.
All right, very
Yes.
good, yeah. What if somebody calls your office on a 365-day per year, asking you for recognition for some positive events? Will you get bored?
I will not get bored because that's part of my job. My job is to represent the people.
Suppose if I call you, say, Mayor Chen Gang, and please, we have an event to promote culture exchange next Saturday.
I would try.
Could you please come over? Or if you cannot come over, could you please send us a certificate to recognize it?
I would not have a problem with that. I would definitely do it because I love to meet people.
I see.
It's a good opportunity for me to meet with the great Irvine people. Every time you go out to meet there, you listen to them, you talk to them.
What if
understand
you have
more.
schedule conflict? What would you say?
I probably would either send my assistants to go out there with a certificate to honor the event because it's great to have cultural exchange. It's better to bring different cultures together.
What if you are out of budget at the printing house?
I don't think that would be that the cost is that high for printing a certificate.
In either way, you will say, I apologize, I'm not able to make it.
Yes.
So, or either say, I apologize, we're over our budget for certificate printing this year, and probably wait for next year.
Yes.
And thank you for the invitation.
Yeah.
That, right?
I would.
Would you say that I wonder how many certificates will be enough for this guy apprentice's name to look good to his boss.
Oh, that's not good. That's not a very good way to
Do
comment
you take
on
that
this
as
request.
insult?
Personally, if it's me, I would take that as an insult.
Okay, would
Yeah.
you insult people like that?
No, there's no way.
Your promise.
I promise.
Okay, my dear audiences, we hear the candidate of mayor of Irvine making his promise that he will not insult people. He will directly tell, I'm very sorry, I'm not available because due to schedule conflict.
That's right.
Or even jokingly say, I'm out of budget with my papers. Right? I'm very sorry, I can't do it. And he will sell them. He will never, he said, he will never say that, I wonder how many certificates will be enough for this guy apprentice's name, XYZ, to feel good to his boss, like that kind.
That's not the good comment to make.
All right,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good. No. All right, let's take a short break. Today, joining me is my good friend, Mr. Chen Gang, candidate for Irvine mayor. We understand the mayorship election in Irvine is a separate election. It runs isolatedly from the council member election, and even that position, you know, knowing the procedure of the election, the candidate Chen Gang, feels there's more job to do, the heavier duty to represent. And you're talking about representing a city with 250,000 people. Yeah. So let's take a very short moment out. When we come back, we'll still find out from Mr. Chen Gang. The way I'm digging, the reason I'm digging out from him is that he's not trying to get an answer regarding the incident that I mentioned. It's not a fake. All right, I'll tell you. All right, it is trying to dig out in order to find out his concept.
Yeah.
In order to find out what's behind his mind. All right.
Yeah. And
so,
can I add something to clarify? This incident is not happened to my campaign office.
No.
It's happened to another elected official's
okay.
office.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back.